Hi, and welcome to week 3. So this is going to kind of be the first week that's really representative of how pretty much every week from here forward is going to go. Every week is going to be kind of a week-long standalone module. Sometimes they build a little bit on each other, but most of the time there's a very clear major theme, and everything revolves just around that theme. We don't have kind of assignments carrying over, with the exception of a few kind of writing assignments and peer review. The major theme this week is basic biology-related math, specifically a lot of dilution math. Those of you, which should be everybody, that have taken general chemistry are probably familiar with this type of math, but like myself, and like many others, I'm sure some of you just kind of brain dumped it after chemistry, and that's understandable. And so really the goal here is to kind of give you a little bit of a refresher on it, make sure we're all on the same page. These skills can be really valuable if you ever end up working as a tech or working in a microbiology lab. If any kind of wet lab in biology, use dilution math to make stocks and buffers and solutions. Use dilution math, as you'll see later in the culminating lab of this module, to quantify bacteria from a dilution series to figure out what the original concentration of bacteria in a sample were. So there's lots of great uses for these types of maths. And our goal is just to kind of, re-expose you to them, get you used to them again. The format that you're going to see here as you go through this module, again, our labs are on Thursday. You should really think of labs as kind of the end of each module. So our week for each module pretty much runs from the end of lab, or Friday we'll say, until the next lab. So I give you a little bit of leeway to kind of turn in your lab assignments a few days after the lab, because many of them are asynchronous, and if you want to do them on your own schedule, that's totally fine. But kind of the lecture material is something I would hope that you would take a peek at every Friday, maybe over the weekend, or at least Monday at the latest, so that you can work through the lecture portions of the online module prior to the lab on Thursday. So you should have all the lecture and little quizzes done. On the note of the lecture and the quizzes, pretty much every module you're going to have a series of kind of videos that range, depending on who the author are, from anywhere from, some of them are going to be 45 minutes. Many of them, particularly later in the semester, are going to be kind of 10 to 20 minutes long, followed by a quiz. Now, these quizzes are not meant to get you, not meant to take points from you. I actually expect most students will get 100% on the quizzes when this is all said and done. The reason for this, I let you take 2 attempts at them. So take an attempt. If you don't get them all right, don't just randomly go back in and try and brute force your second attempt. Figure out why you missed the ones that you did. Reach out to me, reach out to your group mates, go back, look at the material. Second time, hopefully you get 100%. That's kind of the goal of this. And by the time that you're done with that lecture material, we'll roll right into the lab. Usually the lab is going to involve using some of the skills that you started to get introduced to through the lecture material, and it'll be a little bit more of a comprehensive kind of application. In the case of this week, the lab is looking at computer-derived images that I made of a potential dilution series of a bacterial sample, and you're going to quantify them just like you would in a real like a microbial experiment, and then try and back quantify the colony forming units per milliliter that were in your original sample. So this is kind of how things are going to go. This introduction is a little bit longer than normal just because I want to make sure that you all are kind of oriented. The lab, unless otherwise stated, which are only really going to be for our group meetings 4 times this semester, are always going to be asynchronous, meaning you do not have to log on at 9 a.m. on Thursday and do the lab. I have that time set aside for you to do it with me present. I'll always be in there waiting, almost as extra office hours, if that's something that's helpful to you. The labs also should not take any longer than that 2.5 hour period. So if you want to do it 9 to 11:30, I'll be there to help you. If you want to do it a different time, you're more than welcome to, but I really encourage you to get them done before Friday night so that you don't start to kind of fall behind on the next module that starts up that Friday. As always, reach out to me if you have any issues whatsoever. I know that this is still challenging being online. It's not ideal. I really miss being in person for the labs. That's like my favorite part of teaching, is walking around and kind of helping you guys figure things out. We'll do the best that we can. I'll do the best that I can, and I hope you guys do the best that you can. And just help me help you by letting me know when you have issues and give me an opportunity to try and fix those issues for you. All right. Good luck on the first real week, and I hope to hear from some of you. Thanks.